Hey YouTube,
What's up?
disclaimer, if you are one of our friends or family members, just stop watching.
Don't
now.
watch this video.
Please don't.
It's really
I
embarrassing.
don't want you to hear this.
And-
Turn away. It's not for you. But thanks for watching the ad at the beginning of the video.
What a ripoff! So sometimes when we get a bunch of Ask Two Beeps questions, we come across one or two that wouldn't necessarily fit into a Q&A video, but is an interesting topic that we'd like to discuss later on.
Jafe Guerrero asks, how was your first sexual experience? Now, you didn't specify if you're talking about like each of our individual first sexual experiences or the first sexual experience we had together. I just noticed that you're wearing these shorts with this shirt.
What's wrong with these?
What a fashion statement, let me tell you. Look at this outfit!
They're comfy.
It's like the loosest gym shorts.
They're really good for the beach.
Alright, do you want to start or do you want me to
No,
go?
I don't want to start. I don't want to talk about any of this stuff. What qualifies as a sexual experience? Does it have to be intercourse or is it just anything
No.
sexual nature?
Just like nether regions are involved. My first experience was with one of my girlfriends in high school. It was our junior...
You had a girlfriend?
You met like all 37 of my girlfriends, okay? Don't even.
That's not an exaggeration either. You probably had more than 37 girlfriends.
During junior year, I was dating this girl and one day we had our lunch periods like back to back. I think there was like a class that was canceled or something, but for whatever reason we had 2 free periods. I had a car at the time and like I was newly minted 17-year-old driver. I was like, I'm gonna drive, like let's go somewhere. And she's like, we could go to your place. I was like, do you just want some lunch or something? And we drove back to my house and I'm like ready to make some food because I'm hungry because it's lunchtime. We started by like sitting on the couch and just like chatting. From the couch, we started like kissing a little bit and she's like, let's go to the bedroom. So we go to the bedroom and we're kind of getting like a little physical. And I'm prepared. I have all the materials I need for the occasion. As I am attempting to get ready for the... I feel like the reason it's so sensitive is because I'm so like awkward and uncomfortable talking about this. But I was ready to like do whatever we were gonna do, but like I was not ready to do what we were gonna do. Or like I couldn't get myself to get ready. And it's because I obviously like was not actually wanting to do this. I really wanted to have sex, mostly for bragging rights I think, but ultimately my penis just wasn't attracted to a woman. So yeah, I had to pretend.
What do you mean?
I pretended. I used my fingers instead.
Wait, really? She thought you were penetrating her with your penis?
I doubt she actually thought that. It was both of our first times, so mine was not a good first time. We tried again later and it did end up working later on.
Oh, the same day?
No.
Oh.
Our lunch break was only like an
Oh,
hour.
I forgot this is lunch. Did you have a good lunch that day?
Okay, your turn for whatever story this is.
So the first time that I had sex, intercourse.
Who are you?
Well, I'm just specifying because like there were other sexual experiences before that. But the first time that I had penetrative sex, it was with a woman. I was in college, it wasn't high school. I think I suffered some of the same things that you came across. First of all, I was very drunk, and I think that was partially because I was nervous about it and I kind of wanted to be drunk for 2 reasons. One, I thought that being drunk would maybe somehow enhance my abilities. But at the same time, on the flip side, I also knew that being drunk could be an excuse for not getting it up. And at this time, I was very much in denial because I still was telling myself that I was straight or at least bisexual and was attracted to women, but I wasn't like quite ready to accept that yet. So I wanted to have sex with a woman if she was willing to have sex with me. And I found a woman who was willing to do that. And she was also a little bit drunk, but both of us were like aware enough that we knew what was happening. I had some trouble getting hard, but I was able to do it, and I had a condom, so I was able to do it safely. And we had sex and it was like fine. It wasn't good, and I could tell she was like, ugh, like this is kind of lame.
I guess mine was pretty sad.
We both just like weren't enjoying it, but I don't think that's like totally unusual for the first time. I fell asleep in her bed, and the next morning I woke up. You've heard this before.
Oh, yeah.
And she's kind of like confused and hungover and whatever, and she like puts her hand on my leg or something, and then she wakes up and opens her eyes. She's like, oh, I thought you were my cat.
I don't know why you're so embarrassed by that.
That's horrible. We had sex. I spent the night at her place, and then the next morning, rather than her being like, oh, like that was so much fun, or like thanks for staying over, she was like, oh, I thought you were my cat.
I don't think she actually thought that you're so small and like tiny that like you were the cat.
I'm definitely not hairy enough to be a cat. Maybe if you were next to her, she'd have more of an excuse.
Are you ready to talk about our first?
I mean, that's a better story. We talk about the car. Can we get in trouble?
Our first time was, I guess, in the backseat of a car.
Why are you saying it like a question?
Because, like, was it our first time?
The first time we did anything sexual was the first time we kissed. Most of you have heard that story. Woke
Yes.
up together in the same bed, I kissed him, he kissed me back, fell in love, blah, blah, blah. But that same weekend, we were driving around and we parked somewhere. We were like super excited and horny and hormonal and all that stuff. Is horny and hormonal like the same thing?
They have a lot of overlapping things.
Okay.
If there were Venn diagrams, there would be a lot of overlaps.
So we were on our way to meet our friend for dinner, and we just decided to stop on the side of the road in this like dark neighborhood, proceeded to get to the back seat and have some fun.
There were mouths involved.
Aren't there kind of always?
Well, there were mouths not on mouths.
I can't believe we're talking about this. So those are our awkward first time sex stories.
So awkward. Now that we like tell them, I'm like, oh my god, this is so embarrassing.
Hopefully there's a lesson in there somewhere. Mostly that your first time is probably not going to be that great.
And don't feel pressured to have your first time because it's not gonna be that great.
No, it's not.
If you wait for the right person that you're comfortable with, then maybe it wouldn't be that great.
Yeah, do you really believe that waiting for something special is important?
I think there's merits and there's kind of like something romantic about having sex with someone you actually care about for the first time. But at the same time, you don't need to romanticize sex. It can just be like a pleasurable physical act. As long as you're safe about it and as long as you're not taking advantage of anyone, I think it's healthy to explore and kind of just feel it out.
Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're cool the way you are.
Okay, so those are our stories. Tell us your story in the comment section below if you like want to.
It'll also make us feel a little better because everyone has awkward sex stories. So let's share them together and feel awkward together because we're one big happy family anyway.
Everyone in the comment section is gonna be like, my first time was great. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Beep.
I'm Beep.
We are two Beeps.
Peacing out.
Beeps out.
This is so awkward and embarrassing. I don't want to talk about this.
Well, good thing we decided to make a video about it.
It was your idea. Actually, it was my idea.